In this episode, I'm building one of the most destructive redstone machines that Minecraft has ever seen, and I'm going to use it to destroy over 3 million blocks. Well, hello, all of you beautiful people out there in Minecraft land. Oof, how are you today? What have I done? I've got myself stuck in a bedrock hole. That's not good. My name is Vid, and welcome back to another very exciting episode on the IgnitorSMP server. This is my huge crevice that I made in the last episode. A set of crevices, actually, 4, in fact, that go around this large block of material here. And that's about another 3 million blocks. And guess what I'm doing today? Yep, I have to remove all of this material below me right here so that I end up with just a giant hole in the world. That's the plan, anyway. So the way I'm going to do this is by building a giant machine, a giant redstone contraption that you might have heard of. It's called a world eater. Yes, most recently I saw DocM77 build one of these things on the hermitcraft server, and he used it to dig out a giant 33 by 33 chunk perimeter area that he used for farms and all kinds of stuff. I'm not doing that. I'm not making it that big because I don't need mob spawning controlled. I don't need huge redstone or mob farms or anything like that. All I'm doing is digging a big space that I can use to build my game. And I'm going to tell you guys a lot more about my game later this episode. But first, I need to remove a ton of space. So without further ado, I am going to build a couple giant redstone machines. I'm going to build the world eater. And let's do that right now. And the world eater is now completely built. Check it out. I've got a giant redstone machine right there, and then another giant redstone machine over there. If you have never seen one of these world eater machines, let me give you a really quick idea of what's going to happen here. So there's basically 2 pieces on this side. There's the upper piece and the lower piece. The upper piece, its job is to drop TNT. So it actually is a flying machine. It's going to fly all the way across from one side to the other, dropping TNT. But right behind it, probably 10 blocks behind it, the lower machine is going to fly across. And that is a set of sweepers. And what they're designed to do is remove water. So the TNT is positioned exactly the right height above the sweeper so that it blows up just all of the area just above where the sweeper is going to come across and take out all the extra water, liquids like lava, things like that. And then when it gets to the other side, so the TNT dropper will dock first, of course, because it's a little bit ahead. Behind it, the sweeper will come across and it will dock as well over there. As soon as the sweeper is docked over there, guess what happens? The TNT duper starts again, and it starts going the other way, but it actually does something really cool first. It actually drops down a layer first, and then it comes over, and then the sweepers come behind it. Then it gets to this side. Again, the whole machine drops down a block and back, drops down a block and back, drops down a block and back, and you get the idea. I'm going to show you the entire process of removing this entire block of area here, and I'm going to do it in the form of a time lapse. You are going to have to see this one. So here we go. Let's hit that time lapse. Time lapse, and check this out. Look at the size of the area that has been cleared out. That is a huge area, 9 chunks by 9 chunks. That's 144 blocks by 144 blocks, but then there's probably about another like 10 or 15 blocks on each side as well. So probably the equivalent of almost 11 by 11 chunks, and it is a ton of space. That's probably, well, 3 million blocks that were removed just by these current machines. A total of close to 5 million blocks have been removed. And you can see there's slime spawning in the corner over there. And yeah, there's a little bit of lava. And I'm left with this great big jagged area as well. Something's going to have to be done about that. But wow, what a view inside this huge, huge area. Look, when you look up, oh man. It's so cool from this perspective. The sun is just right up there. And oh, I love this. I kind of touched on this in the last episode, but you're definitely asking yourself, why? Why did I do this? Well, let me give you a little bit of a visual demonstration here. As mentioned in the last episode, I'm going to be making a game, and the game is going to consist of 4 layers. Now, I'm going to use this wool to represent these layers, but you have to understand that this is actually 9 chunks by 9 chunks. That's how big these layers actually are. And they go up 20 blocks as well. So imagine this being, 144 by 20. That's what we're looking at here. And I have 4 of them stacked on top of each other. So this will be like the lowermost level, level 4. This will be level 3. This will be level 2. And this will be level 1. So you'll start at the top and you will work your way all the way down to the levels. Now, because a lot of this game is going to be controlled by redstone, well, I can't just stack the layers one on top of each other like this. It's just not going to work. I need room for the redstone. And so the way I'm going to do this is by putting a layer of redstone under each layer. So I've added a 20 block layer for redstone under each of these layers. And so there we go. Now, let me get down here just to take one more quick look here. So you've got redstone, and then you've got a level, and then you've got redstone, and then a level, then redstone, then a level, then redstone, then a level. That's already huge. Remember, 20 blocks, 20 blocks, 20 blocks, 20 blocks. So just with these 4 levels and the 4 redstone layers, we're already up to, what's that, 160 blocks? No, 100 and... Why can't I math on camera? 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 160 blocks. Yeah, that actually makes sense. 160 blocks. But we're not done yet because there is some additional processing redstone layers that I'm going to need to have. And so I'm going to add a couple more layers on top of that. And I guess I need to fly up there. Perfect landing. First try. On top of the topmost layer, I'm going to have an additional redstone layer. This is to process cards and some other redstone stuff that needs to be done above all of the subsystems and stuff. And then I'm going to have one more layer above that. This basically just makes sure that I have enough room, 2 redstone layers. That's 40 blocks to put in all of the huge subsystems and whatever that needs to be processed at the very top. Some of that will be processed at the bottom as well. So to be honest with you, I'm kind of debating whether I need additional redstone processing at the bottom or if it's okay with just this 20 block layer. So that is something to be determined, but this is the current plan. And remember, we're now up to what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 layers, each 20 blocks tall. That's 200 layers, or sorry, 200 blocks high by 144 by 144. And 200 blocks high, that represents, like, these first 3 layers are the, the minus 60 from 0 down to minus 60, and then everything else above is above 60. So deep slate layer would be this layer right here, and then everything above that would be out of the ground. And that is actually why I dug a big hole and why I did it in the mountain as well. In fact, let me show you guys something kind of cool. Boom! Check this out. This is actually a complete visual representation of what all of that is going to look like. So this is just the schematic that has all of the wool in place here. There's nothing else in the middle yet, but this is where the game is actually going to be created. So as I mentioned, all the way down at the bottom here, we have this redstone layer. Then we have a yellow layer, and that is level 4. Above that, you can see additional redstone, then layer, then redstone, then layer, then redstone, then layer. Then above the uppermost level, so this will be level 1. This is the play area for level 1. Above that, we have this additional redstone layer for processing, sound processing, and card processing, and all that other stuff. And then above that, we have the upper. See, I keep saying card processing, but card processing actually happens in this layer. This level underneath it is just to make sure I have room for what happens after a card is processed. Yeah, so main systems are going to be here. Now that was a high-level overview of the way the layers are going to work in my version of Decked Out, which I haven't actually told you guys the name of yet. You ready for the big reveal? Well, thank you guys so much for sticking around to basically the end of the video. You get the Easter egg, the big name reveal of the game. The game is going to be called Relic Runner. That's right. It's going to be a game where you have to run through a dungeon collecting artifacts and building your deck using relics, which is kind of like cards. I'm not using cards, I'm using relics. But it'll all make sense in the coming weeks, months, years, whatever. I'm actually hoping to design this game and release it slightly different than the way the original Decked Out and Decked Out 2 were released. I'm not going to build the whole game and then release it after like 2 years. So you guys are going to get to see this game evolve over time. I'm planning on basically building the redstone systems for the first level and releasing level 1. So that the guys on the server, guys and girls on the server, can come play level 1 as soon as it's ready. And I've got a timeline of approximately 3 months. So hopefully, February, March, April-ish, we'll have the first layer of the game open. And then once the top layer systems are all done and ready and in place, then I should be able to hammer out another 3 levels pretty quick, with the idea to release additional levels shortly, like within weeks or months after the first layer opens. Yeah, this will be a lot of fun. And with that, that is where I am going to end this episode. I hope you guys enjoy the technical descriptions and understandings of exactly what is going to happen in the game. If you want to see more of this game development, hey, feel free to subscribe to the channel, because this is where you're going to find all of that stuff. I may do live streams, I may do channel update videos, but definitely my weekly videos are going to give you all of the information you need if that's what you choose to watch. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, the playlist is linked on the screen right now. Make sure you subscribe to all of the other IgnitorSMP members as well to see their perspective on how things are going and when they start playing the games. Their links are all in the description down below. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye!